found my capos. Hey, can we spend a minute actually going over what we're actually doing tonight?
No, what's the fun of that?
Okay.
Can I just go get my computer and then absolutely?
Yes.
Okay, so give me 1 second.
Where are we speaking
What
from?
what
We're
time?
speaking from right here.
What time is it?
It is 6:25. We have so many minutes. The most minutes have we?
Well, I'm gonna pee. Um,
Shabbat, playing softer, and this year weekend pushing
I was just reminding about coming to Tefillah and what we were honoring tonight. And a second grader yelled, "I'm transgender and Jewish."
I love this place. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jake. Before I start doing, can we just go over what we're doing? Because I think there's some decisions. First of all,
We have
I'll bet this
it's
is gonna be a long
6:32. I
show.
was wrong.
So,
So let's do it in a minute.
okay. The outline's not. I mean, we might want to edit.
No, it's not going to be too long.
Okay, then we'll do all this. Do you want to lead
Yeah.
29?
Yeah, I'd love
Great,
to.
you lead 29. Micha setting, should we just do...
The Julie Dean version.
Okay, we'll do that. We're doing Epicurus,
Yeah.
Vishamra.
I feel so tender.
Okay. And I'm gonna keep. I'm choosing the slow ones
Yeah.
for.
Unless you want to do the fast one. Oh, beautiful. Do you want to do the fast one instead? Okay.
Do the fast one instead because I want to do that one.
Okay, great.
And we'll open with Emunah.
Yes.
Oh, 2 pieces are work tonight. That's just not egoizing.
No, it's perfect.
Okay. I'm gonna get my cup of tea.
Okay, great.
I love it. How not slavish we are to it being 6:30.
I mean, we can only do what we can do. Is how I feel.
Well,
That's all we can do.
it is one of the ways in which this is the era of fresh breath at Cherokee Cup.
Like this. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. We're going to begin in just a moment. I'm going to invite you as you're coming into the space. If you're sitting and you see chairs in front of you, if you want to come closer, please come closer. It's so wonderful to get to be coming into Shabbat together.
No kidding.
No kidding. We'll start with a nigun. We're going to start with a wordless melody, so you can just put down your siddur, not worry about getting the words right, and just find breath, find voice. And I think let's take a hint from our friends up in the balcony and just know that whatever noises we're making, we're welcome here. So that means, please sing.
Ay, 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 yo. Ay, 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 yo. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 oh. Ay, 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 oh. Ay, 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 ay,
Okay. I'm Jessica Wicks, and is it on? Okay. I'm Jessica Wicks. I have blondish, grayish hair of sorts, red shirt, blue pants, and I'm here to speak about Trans Day of Remembrance. One of the things I dearly love about our tradition is the way we mark passages of time. Okay, I'm gonna start all over.
Please.
One of the things I dearly love about our tradition is the way we mark passages of time, a commitment to celebrating those special moments in life's journey. We celebrate birthdays, baby namings, weddings, special moments in the passage of our lives. But we also remember the lives of those who've gone before us. It is our tradition to zachor, memory. This week, the world celebrates Trans Awareness Week. In March, we have Trans Visibility Day. These markings of time are important. Tonight, we honor our dead, those who were lost due to undeserved violence. Trans Day of Remembrance began in November of '99, but its roots go back well before then. In the early '90s, the place online to meet was in AOL chat rooms. At first, they were banned as pornographic, but AOL finally relented. I frequented one room called the Gazebo. Before that, we didn't know about the too often murders of trans souls. We knew we had to be careful on the streets, but not much beyond that. Our awakening began in '95 with the death of Tyra Hunter. She had been in a bad car accident in D.C. EMS arrived and started to work on her. But when they opened her pants, they stopped and began laughing at her, not working to stop her bleeding, but just standing there and laughing, exclaiming, "She's a dude!" After arriving at the hospital, there was no transfusion, and she was not referred to a surgeon. She died for lack of care because she was trans. In our room, led on Sunday nights by Gwen Smith, the founder of Day of Remembrance, we would share this story, then another, with a quiet time for those who had died. When my partner Skip died, they did a similar remembrance in his honor, supporting me. In '95, Chanel Pickett was murdered, and in '98, Rita Hester, both from the same area in Massachusetts. A year later, in 1999, Trans Day of Remembrance was born. So much has changed since then. We spoke of the gender spectrum, but too often related in the binary still. Trans people are coming out much earlier now, and they have opened the early conversation to a much broader understanding of non-binary identities as well. My heart swells to see what's happened, far from those early days when small groups of us came together in mutual support. I transitioned in Houston, Texas, beginning in 1990. In our group, there was one person in her early 20s, but most of us were older. I'd been out as gay, acting out with drag, but well, that's performative, not the true me. Today, parents have approached me asking how they could be better parents to their trans child. How beautiful is that? I mean, it wasn't always that way. But the violence against trans people has not stopped. Indeed, the numbers of homicides against us have grown as we become the target of the political right, or rather, wrong. So we gather here tonight to honor our beautiful trans souls lost this year to violence. We Jews are open containers, holding both our life passages and our grief. For me, I include in my prayers too many trans people I've known who have also passed. My friend Monica Roberts, who wrote a blog called Transgriot in honor of, and a memorial to black and brown trans people, too many of whom are on these lists year after year. Or another friend who I will not name, who lived in the wrong place and after constant attacks from others in the neighborhood, committed suicide. I'm grateful to live in Minnesota now, where one still must be aware of their surroundings, but it's so much safer than where I came from. And I'm thankful for this congregation who is so supportive and loving. Thanks each and every one of you. Let me end here with this verse, a part of a much longer spoken word piece I wrote years ago and often quote on such occasions. It's a bit of a mantra for me, and I suspect others feel similarly. I can only be me, and you can only be you, and we can be we or never, but my truth will remain, agree or complain, and from my truth you cannot sever. For in truth to self I have found truth in others, and the same for love. It is clear to leave behind that which is me would leave me with nothing but fear. My soul lives and will beyond death, and it's a beautiful soul prepared to love, prepared to live, prepared to dance. If you dance with me, then we dance together. But if you cannot, I shall dance alone. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Immense gratitude to our teacher, to Jess Wicks. I'm also thinking right now of Jace Coster, a rabbinical student extraordinaire who helped create this space 5 years ago or 6 years ago. I don't know math, but I'm so grateful for the multiple generations here, the thick weave of trans beloveds here at Shir Tikva, and the ways that we hold the beauty of queer and trans lives, and the way that our young people are brought all the way in. So thank you. It's my joy to get to invite Moon and Mindy to come up to the bima as we light our Shabbat candles and enter Shabbat together. Shabbat, it's time. And Moon and Mindy are kindling Shabbat in honor of their 10th wedding anniversary, which is today. They were married here in the sanctuary of Shir Tikva, and they've been together for 32 years. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'adlik ner Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to invite the two of you. Where did you stand? Where were you standing 10 years ago today? Can I? Yes! Can I invite the two of you to come up? I'm going to invite your amazing grown-up kids to come up and be up here with your, because I know you do things as a family, and that this is the center of your blessing, and it's the blessing that you give to our community again and again. So, beloved duo and 4-0, it is my honor to get to bless you as you celebrate and mark 10 years of marriage and 32 years of life together, and the bounty and the beauty of the life that you have created. And I want to bless you with this image of 10, of the Yadayim, of the power of what we hold in our hands and what we make possible through the work of our hands. I honor your craft. I honor your family and the way you have created a table that so many others come and sit. And I honor the ways in which blessing pours forth from the work of your hands and from the simplicity and wholeness of your hands into this world. And I want to bless you as you move into this next, God willing, many years of marriage together, to feel the power of your hands holding each other, the tenderness and the miracle of love, and the tenderness and miracle of partnership. And then in the moments when things feel wild, because undoubtedly they do sometimes, that you can come back to that sense of the grounding of your yadayim, of your hands, and the fullness of that count. So Mazal Tov, thank you so much for being here, for celebrating here 10 years ago, and for coming back together today. Mazal Tov. Mazal Tov. Thank you. Can we sing? Let's do Simin Tova, Mazel Tova, Mazel Tova, Simin Tova, Simin Tova, Mazel Tova, Mazel Tova, Simin Tova, Simin Tova, Mazel Tova, Mazel Tova, Simin Tova. Yeilanu, 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 Ulecho Yisrael. Yeilanu, Yeilanu, Ulecho Yisrael. Yeilanu, Yeilanu, Ulecho Yisrael. Yeilanu, Yeilanu. Let's turn together to page 12 as we sing our way into Shabbat.
Trading babies. Lechu niranena ladonai nariya letzu yeshenu Nikadma fanav Vitoda Bizmirot Nariya Lechuneranena Adonai Nariya Litzu Yeshenu Nikadim Afanav Bitoda Bizmirot Nariya Eloi Yalai Yalai Yo Yalai
We'll turn together to page 13. We sing the words that are found on the second paragraph towards the bottom of the page. Yismechu hashamayim. The earth reminds us how to breathe. The earth reminds us how to sing. That is really how he sings. So let's join Rafi.
Yismechu hashamayim v'tageh haaretz yiram hayam umelo Yismechu hashamayim v'tageh aretz Yiramayam umelo Yismechu hashamayim v'tagel aretz Yiramayam umelo Yamamai, yamai, yamamai, yamai, yamamai, 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 yamai, yamamai, yamai, yamamai, yamai, yamamai, yamai,
We turn together to page 14 as we remind ourselves again at the bottom paragraph, Or Zarua Latzadik, light is seated in the hearts of those who seek justice. Even in the most difficult moments, even in the moments that are so disorienting, so shaky, seeds of light, seeds of the divine are seated in our hearts. And if we need to find those seeds, we turn to each other.
Light is returning, even though it is the darkest hour, no one can hold back the dawn. Light is returning, even though it is the darkest hour, no one can hold back the dawn. O Zarua, O Zarua Latzadik, Uyishrelev Simcha. O Zarua Latzadik, Uyishrelev Simcha. Light is returning, even though it is the darkest hour, no one can hold back the dawn. Light is returning, even though it is the darkest hour, no one can hold back the dawn. O Zarua, O Zarua Latzadik, Uyishrelev Simcha. Uyishrelev Simcha. Uyishrelev Simcha.
We turn together to page 2, to page 18 for Psalm 29, and I invite us please to rise in body and spirit. מזמור לדוד, הבו לאדוני בני אלים, הבו לאדוני כבוד ועוז, הבו לאדוני כבוד שמו, השתחוו לאדוני בהדרת קודש, כל אדוני על המים אל הכבוד, הרים אדוני על מים רבים, על מים רבים, כל אדוני בכוח, כל אדוני בהדר, כל אדוני שובר ארזים, וישבר אדוני את ארזי הלבנון, וירקידם כמו עגל לבנון וסריון, כמו ונרמים, כל אדוני חוצב להבות אש, כל אדוני יכיל מדבר, יכיל אדוני מדבר קדש, כל אדוני יכול אלי עלות, ויחשוף יערות, ובהיכלו כולו מכבוד. אדוני למבול ישב, וישב אדוני מלך לעולם, אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. You may be seated. We turn to our colorful sheets. Sing number 1, Ana B'choach.
ענה בכוח גדולת ימינך, תתיר תרורה, תתיר תרורה, קבל רינת עמך, שדנו תרנו נורא, ענה בכוח גדולת ימינך, תתיר תרורה, תתיר תרורה, קבל רינת עמך, ענה בכוח גדולת ימינך, תתיר תרורה, תתיר תרורה, קבל רינת עמך סבינו תרנו נורא.
So Ana B'choach is a prayer that is all about releasing. Ana B'choach, the prayer we just sang, is a prayer about releasing. Do you want to come closer so you can hear it? So this is every word in Ana B'choach starts with Aleph, Bet, Gimel, and then it goes backwards from Taf, Shin, Resh. So it's the alphabet is going from the beginning to end, and the end to the beginning. And the mystics understood, because Ana B'choach, not just this line, but all of the lines, is an incantation that contains within it the full name of God. The full name of God that we can't say, but contains within it all of the names of God. And by reciting Ana B'choach for Shabbat, and also, really important to know, it's seasonally appropriate, on Hanukkah. On Hanukkah, by saying Ana B'choach, we open up our earth as a portal to contain more space for God, to contain more space for Shekhinah. So that's why we say Ana B'choach, or one of the reasons. There's never that's why. One of the reasons, chutzpah. One of the reasons why we say Ana B'choach right before we sing Lecha Dodi, the piyut, this poem where we welcome Shabbat. So we make space, we release from the week, we make space and invoke, and then we welcome. We're inside of a story. It's a really good question. Why do we say this prayer? Sometimes we say things because they feel really good, but it's nice to slow down and say, what is this? What are we doing? And what are we opening to? So we get to say Lecha Dodi now, which is found on page 20. And we will say all of the verses, and when we get to the 9th verse, you're invited to stand. And Lecha Dodi is, we go on a whole journey from the valley of tears, Emek HaBacha, the valley of tears, all the way to the place of greeting and welcome and saying, come to us, come here, we're ready for you, Shabbat. So let's make that journey together.
Ay, 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 yo. Ay, 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 yo. Ay, 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 yo. Ay, 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 yo. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Ishmianu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'letzilah. Lecha Dodi Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekora beracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Shabbat nikabela lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabela Mikdash melech ir melucha kol nitzeim mitoch ha'afecha rav machshevet v'yemek habacha v'hu yachamol alayich chemla lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabela Shabbat nikabela Itnareri me'afakuni Livshi bigdei tifatechami Al yad ben Yishai bet halachni Korban nafshi ge'ala Shabbat nikabela lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabela Hitoreri ki va'orechu mihori Adonai alayich nigla lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabela lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabela
Ya la 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 la
ay 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 ay
Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabela b'nei Shabbat nikabela lo tevoshi velo tikalmi ma tishtochachi umatemi b'yechesu ani ami v'nivneta ir al tilah lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabela b'nei Shabbat nikabela v'hayu limshisa shosayich v'rachaku kol mevalayich yasis alayich Elohayich kimsos chatan al chatan lecha al yad ish ben parsi v'nismecha v'nagila lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela b'nei Shabbat nekabela Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha u'betzola toch emunei am segula boi chala Shabbat hamalka lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela b'nei Shabbat nekabela yalalai yalalai yo 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 Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
MJ, the friends on Zoom weren't sure if the amazing drumming was coming from your bouzouki or my baby.
It was coming from both.
There we go. So Shabbat shalom, everyone. Welcome. So we're going to take a moment. We're going to take 3 minutes of moments to greet each other. Our friends on Zoom are going to go into breakout rooms to say hi, and you're invited to say hi to people. That can feel overwhelming. So let's just greet each other saying Shabbat shalom with our names, welcome each other into space, and we'll come back together in song. Yeah, it's been a while. You only eat with Joey. So well, I stopped eating. That's what happened.
Yeah, COVID. You had COVID.
Yeah, it was what I really wanted to miss that Shabbos, the whole Shabbos.
You just wanted a basement vacation.
Oh, God. 24/7 baby. 24/7 baby basement.
I mean, my view is skewed because I don't spend 24 hours with your baby. But a 24-hour basement vacation with your baby does not sound like the worst thing to me. I'm in for that. Someday, I would like a Bali vacation.
Say the word, MJ. You don't have enough laughing back. You will not hold our laughing back. We are parents.
Would I like one? I would not. For multiple reasons. First of all, I do not yet have any paparazzi practice. Second of all, I managed to escape Paris without bed bugs. I would just as soon not get hotels and bed bugs.
I'm wearing a hat and a dress like a camouflage.
Okay, I was thinking you offered my husband today because I have to wear some Facebook. I just everything is on Facebook. Vintage. That's a whole piece of crap. Vintage.
Ya la 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 la. Ay ya la.
Ay, 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 oh. Ay, ay, la, 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 ay, 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 oh.
Ay la la
La, 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 la,
ay.
ay, 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 oh. Ay, 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 oh.
Let's rise in body and spirit for Baruch. MJ, would you call us to prayer? And Baruch is found on page 28.
Ya la 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 ya la ya la yo. Ay ya la la ya la ya la yo. Ay ya la ya. Ay ya la ya. Ya la 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 ya la ya la yo. Ay ya la ya. Baruch hu et Adonai Hamivorach Baruch Adonai Hamivorach Hamivorach Leolam Vaed Hamivorach Hamivorach Leolam Vaed.
Remaining standing, we turn to page 34. Sing Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. You may be seated. Page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת. To help us open to Michamocha, I'm going to invite Tova Gorman Bear to join us here on the bima. Sorry, I can't help more. I believe in you. Why must I be told?
people hear me okay?
Oh, yeah.
Can people hear me too okay? And I should back up a little bit.
No, don't
Okay,
do
perfect.
it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tova Gorman Bear. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. I'm a white person with shoulder-length brown and red curly hair, wearing all black and what I describe as a visually arresting sweater, which is very multicolored and sparkly and seemed appropriate for today. So, I want to dedicate this Kabbalat to my friends Scarlett, Kane, and Skylar, who I'm remembering today, and who should be here now. So right now, being transgender feels a lot like standing on the edge of the Red Sea. Not like you're Moses or Miriam, but among the massive Israelites whose names we don't read in Torah. Standing between an encroaching army and a vast, unknowable expanse, anxiously watching your leaders for action. You just have to hope that your leaders are like Moses, imbued with power to part the seemingly uncrossable sea, and compassionate enough to actually do so. That's how I feel, but I don't think that's the truth. Legislation protecting transgender rights isn't a divine miracle. It's a victory we've won in Minnesota and can continue to fight for elsewhere. Our safety isn't granted to us by God and a few authority figures. It's organized through our own hard work and solidarity. Our future seems uncertain, but we can stay rooted in our own resilience, knowing trans people have been finding ways to keep each other safe and loved since our safety was first threatened. If you take one lesson away from my kavanah, please let it be this: Moses is not Tim Walz. You're welcome. The trans refuge bill is not the Red Sea parting. The real miracle is the way that trans people and our allies nurture, mentor, and protect each other. I want to tell you about my hometown of Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, where an out-of-town religious group threatened legal action if the elementary school read the book I Am Jazz to educate students about their newly out transgender children, or classmate, the elementary school. The school canceled the reading, but a group of trans students and local parents, including my mom, organized a reading at the local library that was attended by 600 people in a town of 10,000. In June 2023, the Texas legislature signed a bill banning gender-affirming health care for trans children. In response, an interfaith network hosted by Galileo Church in Fort Worth and supported by Keshet, a really rad LGBTQ Jewish organization, created the North Texas Transportation Network, which, which provides funds for the families of trans and gender diverse kids to pursue medical care out of state. You can applaud for that one too. Yes. I don't want to undermine the importance of legal protection for transgender rights and safety, but trans people existed long before the United States legislature, and we will be here long after. Even in our darkest hour, our love for each other is what will part the Red Sea. Shabbat shalom.
Let's dive in that one through page 40, Micha Mocha.
Micha Mocha Ba'elim Adonai Micha Mocha Neda B'Kodesh Nora Tehilo Ose Fele Malechutecha Ra'uvanecha Bokei Hayam לפני משה ומרים. זרי ענו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. יה לה 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 ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה Adonai God Israel.
We turn together to page 42. And we're going to sing words together. The words are Ufros alenu sukat shlomecha, spread over us a shelter, a sanctuary of peace. Unfurl it. And this isn't Shabbos liturgy. We don't save this. We sing this every night. Every night. Every night. We don't save peace. We don't save safety for special occasions. We say it every night. And the time when we feel most vulnerable, maybe lonely, and the times that we're aware that we're connected to each other, to weave ourselves together. And we need to remind ourselves, we learn in Torah that we say the things again and again that are the hardest to remember. Protect the stranger, hardest to remember. Torah says it all the time. We say, practice peace. Spread a canopy of peace over the world, not over specific places, but over the world. Practice peace. Make peace and spread it between us. And don't fall for the lies that say peace is for a few people. Make peace. Make peace. And we know right now that it's not easy. And we know right now that each of us carries a different word, maybe, for what that peace could look like. But our liturgy reminds us it's for everyone. And we need to pray it and do it every day. When it's hard. It's hard right now. But let's, as we pray this, we don't have to fix that. We can just stay in the place of reaching for it, letting our bodies believe for a moment that peace extends through us to everyone else. And when Shabbos is over, we'll come back together and say, so what do we do? But for now, let it be enough to sing it. Let it be enough to stretch ourselves beyond whatever imagination we have of what peace should look like. And let it get bigger and braver and brokener and then healed again, and then broken and healed together. Okay.
Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha.
Page 42.
V'taknenu b'etzah tova milfanecha v'hoshienu. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha v'taknenu b'etzah tova milfanecha v'hoshienu. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha v'taknenu b'etzah tova milfanecha v'hoshienu. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha v'taknenu b'etzah tova milfanecha v'hoshienu.
Baruch atah Adonai hapores sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'al Yerushalayim. Let's sing on page 44.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat esot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz uvayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafa
We'll rise on page 46 in body and spirit for our tefillah, for our amidah, which invites us to take a few moments in quiet using the words of our Sidurim, the words of our hearts, to connect, to find a few honest words, a few deep breaths. Adonai,
Sifatai tiftach, ufi yagid, Tehilatecha. Adonai, Sifatai tiftach, ufi yagid, Tehilatecha.
We'll sing together on page 62. The last words on the page, Oseh Shalom Bimromav. Maker of peace in the heavens, make peace, bring peace here between us.
Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, v'imru amen. Yalla la 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 yalla yalla la yalla la 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 yalla la 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 oh yalla la 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 yalla 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 la 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 yalla la 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 oh say shalom bimromav oh yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. Yalla la 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 yalla yalla la yalla la 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 yalla la 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 oh yalla la 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 yalla la yalla la yalla la 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 oh yalla la 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 yalla yalla la yalla la 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 yalla la 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 oh yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 oh say shalom bimromav oh yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen.
We pray for healing of body and spirit. I'll look around the room and invite you, please, to share names of people you're praying for.
Elna Rifana la Elna Rifana la Elna Rifana la when the world is sick, can no one be well? Well, I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong.
Perfectly for tonight, we get to move right into community blessings. We get to move right from praying for healing to absorbing the prayers we need, the blessings we need, and offering blessings to each other. How wonderful. And so we'll use the words of our tradition, and then I'll invite our friends in Zoom to share blessings in the chat. I'm going to invite us to just cuddle with each other if you want to put an arm around somebody if they want that. It's a great chance to get to know each other if you want to. But let's practice this sukkah of peace, weaving into one another. And if you want to sing with me, you're invited, please, to sing. The words are on our colorful sheets. And if not, please just open yourself to receiving blessing. You don't have to do anything. Just open and receive. Amalach hagoeloti, Amalach hagoeloti mikol ra, yevarech et hane'arim v'yikarev bahem shemi, v'shem avotai, Avraham v'Yitzchak, v'yidgul harov, b'kerev haaretz, Yisimchem Elohim kesara, kerivka, kerachel uchelea, kefraim uchimenashe, Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yisem lecha shalom. La la ya ya yo, ya la la ya ya ya, ay la la, ay la 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 ya la la, ay la la. May we have the courage to step across difference into peace always. May we open the Red Sea to all who need us. May we hold the vision of radical change and creative peace that may seem naive or unlikely. We can make it happen. May we remember to support each other, accept support, and work together for an inclusive community and world. May we have the resilience and inner strength to bring peace and understanding to this confused and turbulent world. May our efforts, our love, our voices make a positive difference. May all of it matter in the end. May we all hear good news about our dreams and a better future for all. May we take the time to open our hearts to connect and comfort one another as we traverse across this difficult time. May our presence with each person we encounter make it known how much they matter. May the loving activism of trans folks be a model for us peacemakers everywhere. May we take comfort in the growing dark and allow ourselves to rest. May we all share in safety of community together. May we be brave in naming the rifts so that we can mend them. Calling out the conflict is vital to making peace come faster. Amen. V'ken yehi ratzon. Yalalai, yalalai, yalalai. Alalai, 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 alalai. Ay, alalai, alalai. Ay, alalai, Yasher koach. Zoom friends. What a beautiful part of this minyan you are. Thank God for your beautiful blessings. So let's take a breath. And let's rise in body and spirit for Aleinu, for Vehashivota. And let's just take a moment. Aleinu means it's upon us. It's upon us. When we say Aleinu, we're saying we have responsibility. We're accountable. So I'm just going to invite us for a moment to think about what is this week, this moment, what is upon us? What is upon us? What are we accepting upon us? This is consent. Yalailo, ayayo, 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 enod, 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 enod. I'm going to invite you. What's upon us? What are we accepting? Aleinu. Call something out. Enod, 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 enod. Feel free to add in the chat. Aleinu, it's upon us. What are we taking on right now? Enod, 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 enod. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz. Bayom ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. enod, 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 enod. You can be seated. We turn together to we will in a moment turn to page 294 for Kadisha Tome. But first, it's my honor to invite Freya Richmond up to the bima to share words as Kavanah to Kadisha Tome.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I noticed during tefillah this little paragraph. We pray for love to encompass us for no other reason save that we are human, for love through which we may all blossom into persons who have gained power over our own lives. Here, let me get the door for you, young lady. I was delighted. Thank you kindly, I said. Then something changed. Something shifted in his expression. A shadow passed like a dark cloud, and suddenly I was terrified. Why should anyone be threatened by another person fulfilling their destiny by choosing to embrace their true self and taking action sincerely to honor that truth? For to be trans requires action, internally at least, maybe externally if you choose it, with or without medical collaboration, but consciously. Intolerance and hate are learned, and they're being taught by the radical right in legislatures across the country. To a hater, you can talk about the complexities of genetic diversity, the gender continuum, all the cultures throughout history with trans and two-spirit or non-binary folk, till you're blue in the face. But as Ogden Nash put it, the door of a bigoted mind opens outwards, so that the only result of the pressure of facts upon it is to close it more snugly. Medical institutions now recognize transgender people. Insurance companies have changed their policies. Human rights laws are shifting to recognize that trans people exist and deserve to be treated with respect. But in the end, we only need view the issue through the lens of culture. There have always been cultures who have understood that gender is multifaceted. Native cultures are just one example. It's enough to look around and see that trans people are everywhere, every age, every walk of life. If there's 1.5 million Americans who identify as trans or non-binary, that's not something that a humane government, a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, can dismiss. Aren't the days of labeling some people less than human and not worthy of equal protection under the law behind us? Have we not advanced at all? Whenever there's a cultural shift that has reached a tipping point, like voting rights for women, racial equality, marriage equality, there's a faction who will resort to fear-mongering to try to stop it. And you might as well try to stop volcanoes, because by the time something like the idea of gender self-determination has begun to mainstream, which even that terminology, self-determination, fails to address how inevitable this is for trans people. It's not a choice, it's a trait, an attribute. It has become a wave that must be acknowledged and respected. Non-discrimination is never a policy that harms a society. That is the direction we evolve. And we obviously have a long way to go. I changed my name. I changed my pronouns. I sought the support of my doctors and my friends and my family. I'm lucky. I've never been denied by the people who are supposed to love me unconditionally. I've never been kicked out of the house by my parents or fired from my job or denied a rental application or beaten up outside a bar because I'm trans. But I know what it feels like to feel afraid, vulnerable. I know what it's like to be misgendered intentionally as a demonstration of opposition. as an act of violence, or excluded from annual gatherings because the host isn't comfortable with my presentation. I'm lucky, still, privileged. So many are not. May their memory be for a blessing, and may that blessing be the spark that causes us to act. I have with me a list of names, the people who we are remembering, victims of violence in 2023 in the United States. The list of people internationally would be too long to read here. Almost 350. And I took some time to it started because I wanted to know how to pronounce their names. And I started to run a search on these names. And pretty soon I had seen every face and looked at every obituary. And every one of these people seemed like someone I would be happy to have as a colleague or a friend. Breasia Banks, Luis Angel Diaz Castro, Devani Jure Johnson, Om Gandhi, Tasia Woodland, Jacob Williamson, Maria Jose Rivera, Unique Banks, Camden Ryder, Destiny Howard, Tiffany Banks, Manuel Terran, aka Tortuguita, Sachet Imani Tuitaho, Ferniel Mary Mora, Diamond Jackson McDonald, Day Rodas, Kaylee Lovelight, Casey Johnson, Daniel Davis Aston, Chanel Perez Ortiz, Cache Henderson, Colin Smith, Marquise Jackson, Asia Davis, Rashida Williams, aka Coco Dadal, Jasmine Mack, Ashley Burton, Kelly Loving, Michelle Dion Peacock, Banco Brown, Thomas Robertson, Sherlyn Marjorie, China Long, Alexa Sokova, Tree Crane, Yoko, Lisa Love, Annie Roberson, Dominic Dupree, London Price, LaKendra Andrews. And there are others because these names, these acts of violence are always underreported. Well, we were emailing about the logistics of this service in about 2 days. This list had to be revised twice.
As has become the custom in our community these last weeks, we pause before reading the names of our community to hold the impossibility of the numbers of people who have been killed since October 7th. in Israel, in Gaza, in the West Bank, feeling the enormity of this loss, the impossibility. And we sing and we breathe. O se shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. It's the custom of our community to read names aloud and to share stories so we can remember our loved ones together. And so I'll share names aloud. And I'm going to invite someone who's feeling able to. Thank you so much, Julie or MJ or any. Great. Maybe we need 2 microphones. Thank you, Julie. Sorry, MJ. Ooh, the tale of dueling mics. And so that's wonderful. So either MJ or Julie will come to you when I read your beloved's name, and I'd invite you to share a sentence or 2 to help us remember them with you. And if as I get to the end of the list, I have not read the person's name that you're waiting for, please just raise your hand. And one wonderful person is going to come with a microphone so you can share. And please share in the chat if you're at home. We're in Shloshim in the first 30 days since the deaths of Sherry Muellerly Saltzman, mother of Emily. Sherry was a really amazing proponent for the rights of people with autism and just developed so many tools and supports for folks. And Paul Wernick, father of Sarah Schoenwald. And we observe the yahrzeit of Steve Baseman, Lisa Brownstein's uncle, Joe Edelstein, Scott's father, Patty Flanagan, Mary Hartman's sister, Diane Grout, Jason Groutwell's mother, Benji Hartman, Maury's nephew, Judith Candler, Jenny Kahn's mom, and Elena's grandmother.
So my mom died obviously around Thanksgiving, and she loved cooking and baking pies. I will never be able to make a pie like she made. After a couple of years, I gave up. I used to have her on the phone while I was trying to make the crust, and I still couldn't do it. My sister says she could sort of get close, but not quite. But one of the things I was thinking about this year was that since she died, her yahrzeit now falls on Trans Remembrance Day. So when I got the letter from Shir Tikva that my mom's yahrzeit was coming up, which I sort of knew was around Thanksgiving, I didn't really look at the specific Shabbat service that her name was going to be read. But when I walked in and realized it was Trans Remembrance Day, I was like, oh, it's definitely this Friday and not next Friday. So it's a really, even though Trans Remembrance Day is a sad day, it's a positive association for me because I think that she would have really appreciated it, as well as that we're not just remembering her for Thanksgiving and her cooking, but also other things.
Jacob Kisner, Leslie Caffarelli's father, Bernice Rand, Neil Gosman's mother, Faye Ratner, Gail Zoffer's aunt, Sam Richman, Betty Fishbine's grandfather, Caleb Shalander, Aaron Barnes's first husband and Maya's father, Jack Silberman, Andrew's father. Oh, so sorry.
My dad died when I was 14, but I still remember him pretty well. He was a really good person, had a strong sense of social justice and fairness, but he was kind of a jokester too. We used to do a lot of jigsaw puzzles in our house, and he'd always say, "This is boring, I'm not going to do it, it's stupid." And the night before we were going to complete the puzzle, he would sneak and take one piece. And the next day he'd come in and say, "Well, look who finished the puzzle, me," And he would do it every time, and there was nothing we could do to stop it, but it was still kind of funny. And that's who he was.
As Lloyd Teitelman and English Teitelman's grandfather, Eva Chernoff Buschenbaum, Barbara Egley's grandmother, Samuel Harris, Sherry Harris's father, and Shep's grandfather, Herman Jaffe, Sharon's father, Samuel Schwartz, Iran Schwartz's grandfather, David Shavit, Noah Katrina Levy's grandfather, Beth Soul, Jennifer Lewin's aunt, and Jack Weiss, Faith's father. Are there other people we're remembering tonight?
I'd like to make mention of an acquaintance of mine and mutual friend of others I'm close to, someone whose music was very important to me, whose first yard site was this past October, and I hadn't made it to shul. I'm saying Kaddish for Norm Chambers, just a prolific musician, Norm Chambers, and I'd also like to make mention of Napoleon Evans and Sam Mehran from the same social circle, same scene, who were also very important to me and died in the past couple of years and were just like way too young. So saying Kaddish for those people.
My friend Camille Jones passed away. It'd be 3 or 4 years this time of year. It was early November 1st. And yeah, she was kind and definitely a bright light, gone too soon.
I wasn't here last week, so I don't know if the name has already been read. Doba Leah Matsakovsky, through the One More Candle project. She was a Polish Jewish child in the Shoah, which is already near and dear to my heart. But I come from a family of Polish Jews, so it's even more raw, I guess.
I would like to remember my friend Cecilia Krenko. It isn't her yard site, but she is a trans person that I love that died in July of 2019, and I met her in Israel. She was from South Africa, and I met her in Israel, and she made Aliyah, and then she had to go into the IDF, but then she married an American person and went to architect school and built some buildings in New York and stuff like that, and had some kids. But I'm not sure how she died. But if any of you are on social media with me, I do go to New Jersey to her gravesite at least once a year. I miss her a lot.
I want to remember my student Churjong, and sometimes when I've tried to remember them, I've tried to say to them things that I wish I did when I worked with them, and it actually feels more accurate to be like, no, I wish you were home from college on break and we got coffee and I asked you how your classes were going and you told me some mildly horrifying story about some adventure you got into with your friends.
Beloveds, whether we're rising with personal mourning or we're rising in honor and in grief for trans people who have been killed in this last year, or let us please rise in body and spirit and offer Kadisha Tome, page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chai echon uvyom echon uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru amen Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam u'amei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh Vitadar, Vitale, Vitalal, Shmei de Kudsha, Brichu, Le'ela, Minkol Birchata, Vishirata, Tush Bechata, Venechemata, Da'amiran, Be'alma, Vimru, Amen. Yehi Shlama, Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Vimru, Amen. Ose Shalom Bimromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. You may be seated. Going to invite Linda to join us here to offer some brief announcements.
Hi, everybody. I'm Linda Alter. I'm a member of the board. Thank you for being with us tonight. It's really a joy to have everybody together, and it's really important for us all to be together as well. So thanks for getting out. At the end of the service, please return the prayer books to the usher table. Please separate song sheets from the Sidurim. Mazel tov to Moon and Mindy on their 10th anniversary of legal wedding at Shir Tikva, although you've been together 32 years. So thanks so much for sponsoring tonight's Oneg. Enjoy it, everybody. L'chaim. Thanks you to all who made tonight possible. Rabbi Ariel, MJ, Jessica Wicks, Tova Gorman-Bear, Freya Richmond, Gordon, the Macomb Minion, Julie Jacobs, and Lori Sweet. Thanks to our Shomrim for your steady presence. Announcements. Find all of our Shir Tikva programming updates in our weekly e-news and on our website relating to adult ed, JAMI, COVID changes, etc. Next week's Shabbat service is a mask recommended service. If this isn't the best fit for you, please join us on Zoom. A reminder that your community is here to support you. So please reach out to our rabbis if you encounter a life change so that they can activate the Shir Tikva network of support, or if you just need to talk.
Or especially if you just need to talk. We're so glad to talk. So Shabbat Shalom to you. Thank you so much for just really, thank you, MJ. Thank you, Freya. Thank you, Tova. Thank you, Jess. It's so good to see you. What a gift. Thank you so much to Joe, who's here. Maybe. Joe! And good luck to Gordon, who is playing a show tonight. Yay, Gordon! And just, I want to share with you, I know it's so late, but it feels very important to say that today we had 2nd through 5th graders here in the space beforehand doing some learning. And when Forrest told them that T-Door service was happening tonight, a 2nd grader was like, yay, I'm trans and I'm Jewish. I love this community. I love all of our sedimentary layers and generations. It is so powerful to be in the presence of beloved generations. It matters a lot as someone who is raising tiny humans to have this intergenerational beloved chorus of voices. Thank you. And it matters so much that this is a service that is centering trans people and is deeply involving allies. It matters so much that this community is together and we show up for each other. And so just thank you. Thank you for this. It means the world. May we also please gather in joyful times. I can't wait for that. But in the meantime, we'll be davening through this time, you know? So we'll close in song. I want to say a special thank you to Anna and to Della, who set up the Oneg for their parents. Yesher koach, and thank you so much. And I'm sorry for not recruiting volunteers. I forgot. So this is what I'll do. Can I ask you to come back up to the bima to bless wine and challah? You see, I didn't even forget. Come on down. Thanks, Della. Thanks, Anna. We'll lift our cup of blessing. Kiddush is found on page 5. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת, עם כל העמים, ושבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון, הנחלתנו. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat L'chaim. Big choices. Good job. Thanks. And if we can uncover the challah, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. We'll close in song. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Go have some snacks.
Was it a long service? Not that long. I thought there was, I mean, I didn't know there was, I thought it was going to be a drop.
No, I decided not to have because it's just challenge with everything else.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm always up for some words of Torah. I'm always up for some words of Torah from you.
Well, thank you. Next week.
Okay.
Sophie and I are leaving.
Go like a half an hour.
In my bar?
Yeah.
Great. Hi. Shabbat shalom. Where are you at the top? Thank you so much. Where are you from? Where do you, are you a member of the show there? Which was huge. I was ordained in college. And I was moving there in the fall.
Maybe. It's a big baby.
So, oh. I'm ready. No, I don't think so. Who is that? She's a friend of mine that I know.
It's always a pleasure to be in the room.
Wow!
Thank you for bringing her along. You know, I
never hears me, so I always get very excited. Oh, great. Where does she live now? No. Wow. Oh, I love it. Also, I just love to hear emissaries from Boston. So funny. Oh my gosh. Who did you book with? Yeah. No way. Amazing. What are you doing in town?
see. Let's try to get you an ankle.
Do you ever go to the heart? Yeah.
don't think it's the sign of whether or not it's happening. And, in any given week,
She was here installing. Did you know Joey Click?
what they have to
So Joey's our assistant rabbi now?
is
Yeah.
sin and
Yeah.
having and
So
bothering
Joey
and
and Italian
sometimes that's fire and again, it's like I accept
Oh,
all of
great.
that joyfully.
Okay, amazing. Then Emma to the augmented bench are also here.
Okay, yeah. So Ben should I
This is really fun.
I mean, we've
I
had
missed this.
some
I'm not
nights
from
where
here.
we kind of,
Yeah.
rocked it out a little bit.
Very good.
Yeah, thank you for gentleness.
I noticed. I noticed you, Randy.
Carrying my love back to Boston.
Thank you.
Good job. Ariel. Yeah, Ariel Lecoq. Lecoq. Hillary. Lustig. Yeah. Okay, amazing. That's so good. Have a wonderful night.
Yeah, it was really.
But I'm also thinking we were indulgent basically for 18 hours. Most of the shopping no, I mean like the dogs are done. No. Oh, this food right here. Well, okay, I must have a very nice smell then. No, we are that's my knowledge is very innovative. Yes. Yeah, we can do like some of that. What about that? It was very touching. Thank you.